It's all to play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to For the Love of Pomegranate podcast. Leeds, Teamsheet, Tantrum. Really looking forward to this one. Really am looking forward to this one because it's amazing. 2 wins, Paddy. I said this in the Villa View before, and I think I might have said it in our own podcast, but you'd think it'd be easier to get 2 wins in a row in the Premier League, wouldn't you? But they don't come around too often. Last time we had 2 wins in a row prior to these last 2 wins were in November. So you got to delight in them. And we could make it 3 wins in a row tonight. Not counting any chickens before the hatch. I'm a very superstitious guy. Today, the Athletic were running that we were going to go hell for leather for Calvin Phillips if Leeds were relegated. And I was like, whoa, push the brakes. Let's fucking beat him first.
Yeah.
And then we can worry about everything else after that, because that is an absolute recipe for a 4-0 tonkin against Leeds tonight if we go into that kind of situation. But how are you feeling about the game tonight, Paddy? What are your waters telling you?
Well, my waters are telling me that I'm going to get a smack on the arse, but I expect us to win. When the days you expect us to win, that it comes and smacks you on the arse. So I think tonight's going to be one of those nights. I'm hoping it's not, but it could very well be. But I expect us to play like we did at the weekend, and I think we should go and pick up 3 points. And I think we're overdue a good performance against Leeds, a thorough 90-minute performance, and that's all I want tonight.
Right, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure coming to do any lives, and thank you so much for that unbelievable super chat. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Rod.
Feeling the pressure now to get you a win tonight, which is great.
Well, we can't do anything about that, can we?
Well, we'll see. I've got a couple of voodoo dolls in my head somewhere that maybe I might be able to use. We'll see. So like we're 7 minutes away from the teams coming out. Let's look at a couple of more comments there. There's a mixture between nervousness and there's where are we going to? So we've got Villa Bloke is wondering, are another 3 points incoming at the moment. I also think that tonight is going to be Sanson's night. I think Jacob needs a rest. And the more I think about this one, actually, Villa Bloke and Paddy, the more I think about this is we could see something like this. And I think that probably Ramsey is the candidate, like it or not, or, rightly or wrongly, that could probably be rotated out with 3 games in 7 days. If there is to be a shock, the interesting one. And I think maybe Sanson came on again at the weekend. He's come on 2 or 3 games in a row now. Maybe something is brewing there for him to get a start. Would you like to see it, Paddy? Or would you be against seeing it? I suppose I don't want to say it to be. Yeah.
I'm not going to predict that that's going to happen. I honestly don't think it will. I think the players we have are fit enough. And I don't know. Did you watch that full Emi Martinez interview with Ben Foster?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched it. I've been saving up a load of clips and stuff like that I want to watch, and it's on my watch list because as I say, I'm looking after the child tonight, and she's not been very well, so I think I'm going to be up. She's been grand, but I think I'm going to be up a bit tonight, so I want something to watch. So I haven't watched it for that very, very reason.
Okay, well, we won't give you a spoiler. Just he speaks a little bit about Coutinho cramping up and stuff like that. So Coutinho seems to be fully fit. So it's just about getting him up to speed and stuff like that. So for that reason, I think Coutinho will be there. I think of all the rotations, that is probably the most popular, most obvious one that could happen is the Sanson comes into the midfield. And I don't think it'll be for Dougie Luiz. So I guess it just comes down to the manager who he wants to rotate him with.
Junior Bennett says it's down to Leeds to push. Hopefully we can pick them off. If not, I'll take a draw. I think that's a more important point than probably we gave it credence in the pre-match piece, Junior. And because we're playing away from home, Stephen Gerrard came in, it was great, and he said, I want us to control possession. He said all the brilliantly right things that you say in a press conference, but we just haven't done it. We haven't done it, and I'm not quite even sure that we are a team that will be able to do it based on what we have at the moment. But it I think our success today is really going to depend on how Leeds play, not from the point of view of if Leeds are all out attack and score 3 goals, but if Leeds don't push, if Leeds come looking for a draw, take the sting off a couple of results. If Leeds say, listen, this is a must not lose game, I don't know where we stand on that one just yet, because Brighton were willing to have a go and play their brand of football, and Southampton were willing to play their brand of football against us. We just dismantled both of them. But let's see if we can break down those teams that sit on the low line again.
That just worries me, because when we think of what Watford did to come for a draw and then went mad on the break and got a winner, so you just never know. But I think the longer this goes on without a goal, I think it'll be us that catches them on the break. I think that's the way I see this panning out. Now it could be 1-1 at that stage, it could be 0-0, but I think the longer it goes with the teams all square, I fancy us to go and nick it.
Devin Miller hopes we give him a right sanctioning tonight, Leeds. And Brendan Townsend says, hope to see more of what we saw at the weekend up the Villa. Anwar wants to keep Chambers in the team, reward for his good performance versus the Saints. I think that's something that we may be talking about in 3 minutes' time when the team does come out. Jack is hoping for a Ramsey goal tonight. In fact, he's guaranteeing it. For any of you there that like a flutter, Jack is guaranteeing Ramsey goals. I'd love it. I look, as I say, when we talked about Sanson earlier, we're not saying take him out of the team. We're just shouting about permutations, really. I think that potentially we could see in a moment. But Ramsey, as we know, played sparklingly well against Leeds in the last encounter that we played them as well. Michael Smith says he'd like to see Digne come back in, but Chambers keep his place. Konza is a better player, but he's not been at his best recently. And I think we see Digne come in regardless. I think we see him just come straight back into the team. I've no reason to believe that Digne wouldn't be in the team based on what he brings. Chuff and Train says he'll take a 1-0 smash and grab, with Leeds fans moaning about a VAR decision. We're due that. Absolutely due something like that. And Darren is nervous for tonight. Leeds are our bogey team. You're dead right on that one. And it would be typical Villa if we let them beat us. I've got a devil's advocate piece on that as well. I would have said that probably Brighton and Southampton were as bogey a team, if not more bogey a team. I don't know if that's how you use those as pejoratives within the English language, but I would have said that they would have been up there as well with Leeds, and we've put both of those to the sword the last 2 games as well. So hopefully we can keep righting wrongs against teams that get us.
Hopefully.
Jack is 30 tomorrow. Happy early birthday, Jack. Hopefully this is a good present for you. Don't worry, 30 Jack. Is no different to 29. None. Don't worry. John Steele, good to see you. Predicted a whooping last week. You're predicting a nervy 1-0 tonight. I don't know whether I want you to predict a whooping next. A whooping, no, if you predicted it last week. Did you mean us to get whooped or them to get whooped? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. And just as I say this, I get a massive notification that covers my Twitter to say the bins are due to go out tonight. That's the rock star lifestyle I live. David Herbert says a bit of trepidation for this one. Need to play our game and not get sucked into playing theirs at Villa Park. What you make of that one, Paddy? Quickly before the team is announced.
The team is announced.
Yeah.
Need to play our game. So. Yeah, absolutely, 100% agree with that one.
We have go for it. You're too busy reading the team. Well, I just reading the team on the screen.
Yeah.
So
you walk away putting that up in the team. I just wanted to give a shout out to Kevin, who I met coming off the plane. He just said it there in the comments. Nice of you to stop by and said hello. I'm not sure what you were starstruck about, a drunken Irishman absolutely hanging getting off the plane.
So we have our team. Our team is Emi Martinez, Cash, Chambers, Mings, and Digne. So Chambers does keep his place in the team. We have McGinn, Douglas Luiz, Jacob Ramsey, Coutinho, Ings, Watkins. Very much we don't want to break up a winning team situation here, which a lot of people predicted as well. The subs bench is Robin Olsen, Ezri Konza, Ashley Young. Tim, I'll let you do this one, Paddy. Tim.
Arugbanum.
Well done. From the man himself, how to pronounce his name. We have Morgan Sasson. We have Emi Buendia. Carney Chukwuemeka is back on the bench. Bailey and Traore are in there as well. So I'm trying to figure out who's missing. Tommy O'Reilly. Tommy O'Reilly steps out for Carney to come into the bench, and no Courtney House. No Courtney House. Sad day for this podcast. A sad day for this podcast. But yeah, Paddy, talk to me about the team.
Well, look, we had a bit of a dispute last night about whether it was kept the same as it is. I'm happy enough to see Chambers in there. I think he's earned the spots. I think he'll flourish from a few games, and it's good to have that bit of rotation in there and to have options, which we've been crying out for many years of this great club, to have options playing at all positions, and thankfully we seem to be in that position now and getting stronger, I would imagine, by each transfer window. So this guy came in under the radar. He impressed me very much in his first full game, and he impressed me very much at the weekend when I was sitting in the stand. So I've absolutely no problem with it. The rest, I think, don't mess up a changed team. I completely understand that Dean is back in place of Ashley Young, who obviously we spoke about last night as well. Didn't want to play 2 games in a week or 3 games in a week or whatever way it would have panned out, but it would have been 2 games in 5 days or 6 days. Yeah, I'm talking rubbish now. So move on and we see what Leeds are throwing at us.
Oh, what's happening here? And who wants to know about what Netflix is confirming at the moment? Leeds starting 11. We have Melian goals. Ailing and Firpo seem to be the two. Well, maybe they're not. Ailing and Firpo are there. Strike, Koch, Dallas, Forshaw, Rafinha, Harrison, Rodrigo, and James. I don't know whether it's going to be Ailing and Firpo. It probably actually does look like it's going to be Ailing and Firpo.
With Strike and Koch as centre halves.
I'd say Ailing and Strike are going to be centre halves, or Firpo and Dallas with Koch and Forshaw. That's what he played at the weekend.
Yeah,
played Koch and Forshaw behind Rafinha, Harrison, Rodrigo, and James. They don't have a changed team at all. That's the same team that they had last day. On the bench, they have Clayson, Lorente is back. Charlie Cresswell's a very good player. He's in there. He's on the bench as well. Shackleton, Click, Summerfield, Greenwood, Gelhart, and Bamford makes the bench for Leeds United. So hopefully he stays there. Hopefully he gets stuck to the bench and he can't get off it, because you always have to be a bit worried when he starts warming up, especially against Aston Villa. It's going to be really interesting, Paddy. They seem to have gone for the 4-2-3-1 that they had last time, and it's going to be really interesting to see.
I think Forshaw is the only change, is he? I think we suggested that might be the case. Somebody in the comments suggesting there that Courtney House has COVID as well, so that's a possibility. Not that we have anything to go.
We didn't see anything there. Yeah, we didn't see it. No, I think Forshaw played the game last week. I'm almost certain he did.
Good stuff.
But if he didn't, it was Click.
Well, look, I think we know what we're getting with this team. I think it's Bamford who I have this illogical fear of coming in after him scoring a hat-trick against us at Villa Park last year. Happy enough with our team. Happy enough to face the team that's on the pitch there. I think I can predict nothing less than a win today. But I don't know how many times I've said that this season and left with egg in my face. So apprehensive, but I do think we're going to go and win this.
Why didn't anyone tell me I had a spelling mistake on a flipping ticker? After all, the wonders of technology, and I still can't feckin' spell. Let's take a look at some of the comments there since the team has been announced. Alex says that we always struggle against Bielsa, but I fancy us against the new regime to get an early goal and shut Elland Road up. I think for the rest of the season, I'm just going to record it and just have it on repeat that Aston Villa Football Club are an awful lot better when they score an early goal. It just seems to be that way. I've no data on it or anything like that, but it seems to feel that way. Whenever we score early goals, even going back to last season, that it seemed to work out. It seemed to work out for us. Danny, thank you so much. Always love these podcasts. Living in the States, they bring me closer to home. Please for Chambers, fully deserved and up the Villa. Thank you so much for that, Danny. Really,
Cheers,
really
Danny.
appreciate it. Where were we? Bar Belows 83 says Ellen Road will be rocking. It's always a tough away day. I hope I'll be well happy to sneak a 1-0. And I think that's probably what everybody's kind of thinking at the moment. Hopefully, anything out of this game, any way we come out of this game with a win would be good, because Leeds have their back to the wall, as I say, at the moment, and they're a team that can play. They definitely can. They're just going through a bad spell of things at the moment. And just like when we kept on saying that we're going to come up against the team and we're going to batter them, Leeds are going to come up against teams between now and the end of the season, and they're going to get results that people didn't expect. It happens every year, but I think it's going to happen. Happens every year for teams down at the bottom, but I think it's going to happen for Leeds more so than others, because they're a coherent bunch, and they're in a false position within the league, I think.
I think so too.
Daz Ham says, think it'll be a tough game. Their manager's first home game, so their players will be up for it. We have to be on it tonight. Absolutely. Rod is happy with the team sheet, as am I. Eddie, good to see you, Eddie. Eddie says, see Sanson and Konza getting time on Sunday. Buendia as well. Looks good though. And I think we will see more changes for Sunday, but then again, I thought we'd see changes for tonight as well. So what do I know? But I think it'll be interesting to see what substitutes are used again today. When they're used and what positions they're used in. For sure.
And look, it's a quick turnaround. They'll have a look at who's performing well in training and who recovered well from the weekend. As I said on our preview to this, I felt we didn't get out of third gear at the weekend, so that would have a lot of bearing of where we're at tonight. And I'd love to see us come away with a win tonight without coming out of third gear.
AVFC Stato, what is the new statistic on Ezri Konza not starting? It's a good luck charm, so we need to see it. Pop it in the comments. I'm going to guess 19% of games. 19. I can't even remember how many games he's been missing. So I'm going to guess 19% of games. Where else are we here? Sorry there, guys. Talk amongst yourself. What you call him? Hooper is the ref tonight. Simon says, Paddy, any thoughts on Simon Hooper?
Simon Hooper is my favourite Premier League referee. I think I've said it before.
And I'm glad I took my heart tablets and nearly skipped the beat.
He's a good authority on the game. He takes no shit. He's consistent, and he doesn't lie down like a lot of referees do. And you know yourself, an atmosphere like this, I think, suits a guy like Simon Hooper. So I've just put my hand out there to be slapped on Twitter later on tonight. But there you go. That's my tuppence work on Simon Hooper.
Yeah. At Villa Paddy for all the comments lads later on, when we've 2 VAR decisions go against us, 3 sent off and 4 penalties against us later on. So at Villa Paddy.
Simon Hooper refereed us a number of times when we were in the championship, and that's when he stood out for me. Yeah. So he had a number of high profile. He actually refereed the game that my son was the mascot against the Blues. So that's when I came across him first. 20. Whoa, that's gone up a lot, isn't it?
21.1%, 5% increase, or 4 point. I think it was 16.7 the last time. So does that make a 4.4% increase?
So does that mean we take it over 25% tonight?
Potentially, yeah. We'll see. Sai says that Leeds have a 50% win record with Simon Hooper reffing.
Well, he hasn't refereed many games, so
yeah, maybe not. Ad says, I hope Coutinho performs tonight. He's fearing his best games may only be at home. I don't know. I never even thought of anything like that. I never thought, but then again, I think home and away is a complete another myth and fallacy anyway.
I don't.
Unless you're playing cup competitions.
I don't, and one of the best games I ever saw Coutinho play was against us at Wembley, so that was that out the window. Look, I think nights like tonight are made if this is going to be a rough and tumble, it's an end to end. It's made for a guy like Coutinho to make space for himself and have a good performance. It just depends what way this manager is going to set them out against Coutinho and who they're going to send out to marshal him, I suppose. But because he's nearly impossible to marshal, so we can see one of those two. Who do we say?
Forshaw and Koch. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Forshaw will be the man to marshal him. I think Forshaw will
Possibly.
be the man who will be put on him. That's if he starts centrally. That's if he starts centrally. There's no guarantee. There was a lot of times at the weekend, and I actually only watched it back again today. Yeah, you're looking at a man who's got 10 days off work now, so there's going to be lots of watching games and doing nothing. So I watched back a bit of the game today, and he popped up a bit on the left-hand side as well as through the center, and he made a lot of his runs from the wing positions back into the center as well, and I think that was a smart thing to do because it you saw how they took off. I think they took off both their fullbacks as well at the weekend, and a lot of those reasons were because of crisscrossing runs as well into midfield, which was good. Paddy, for everybody there, pop your predictions, score predictions, pop them in there. We'll do a quick rapid fire readout of them just before we finish up. We'll be finishing up around 7 or just after it tonight because we have one or two little things to do. But Paddy, I know it's not Villa related. Do you want to give a 30-second synopsis on? No, I was going to ask you about what you felt about Chelsea, but let's not. It's not a Chelsea podcast. I just think it's just so mad that stuff like that.
I'll do a 10-second one. I have very little interest in Chelsea. I don't have any fondness for them, but I just think it's incredibly sad that politics is now a huge deal in the Premier League. But look, it is what it is. It's not going to change. I just think throughout the day, I've only got little snippets of it from what's happened. And I just think it's sad that this is happening to a Premier League football team. But then again, if you take the money from where it is, you never know what's going to happen. There will, for the grace of God, go us. So we've been in a situation where we thought we had lots of money, and all of a sudden our owners were falling apart. So look, I'm not raining on Chelsea tonight. It's unfortunate.
But I think you lie with dogs to get fleas, so
that's the expression I was looking for.
I knew it was. That's why I was trying to interrupt you. Right, here's a couple of scores. AVFC Status says 3-1 Villa. Ronan Farrell 1-1. Junior Bennett 2-1 Villa. 1-0 Villa, says Anwar. 2-1 says David Styles. That's 2-1 to Villa. 3-1 to Villa. Come on to Villa, says Stephen Fay. As long as we don't lose, I'll be happy. Predict a 1-0, says Aaron Gillespie. Matthew Long says 3-0 Villa. 6-0 Villa for Aidan Deering. Buy that man another pint. Hookah SC 2-1 Villa. Even goes with Watkins to score both goals and one of them being a penalty. Johnny Five Fitz says Chambers played really well against Southampton, but Konza is the first name of the team sheet for me every week. Couple of good recent performances aside, Konza is in the team is a must for me, and I think he probably comes back sooner rather than later. Mighty Villa says 4-2 Villa, 4-2 to Villa. Rory Dorgan says 1-1 hanging on a draw. Rob Henry says 2-0 Villa. James Walford 4-2 to Villa. Dean says going to win by 1 goal whichever way it comes. The Big Matthew 182 says hoping for more Coutinho and Ramsey domination versus Leeds in a 4-2 win. Paddy Collins says 1-3 to Villa. James Walford again says yes, mighty. Are we running out of scores? Johnny Five Fitz says 2-1 to Villa. John Bambury says 3-1 Villa. 5-1 Villa, says VVG. Anne O'Grady says 3-1 Coutinho hat-trick. I like that. Put that on a t-shirt. Aurelio Gomez says 3-0 to Villa. And I think that brings us in just about on time at 7 o'clock. I'm really excited about this game. Apologies, we have to finish it up a small bit earlier than normal. It's on Amazon Prime, I think, in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. It's on Premier Sports 1 here in Ireland.
Is it? And, great.
It's on Premier Sports 1, yeah, here in Ireland.
I've put Ian's comment up again because that's my prediction. I think we're going to win by 1 goal, whichever way it comes. My biggest concern tonight is I am going for dinner with my boss, and I've already told him I will have the match on my phone on the table, which he's okay with.
Premier Sports? Will you be able to get Premier Sports? You will be able to get Premier Sports on your phone. Yeah,
We might get Premier Sports in the restaurant. We'll see.
in a restaurant. You're right. He's not taking you for pub grub. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
it's a hotel, so I'm
Just a
hoping.
money bags. Yeah. Right. Lads, we're going to leave it there. Thanks so much to everybody. At one stage there, we had about 240 people watching. Thank you so much. Give it a little thumbs up before you leave. Really, really appreciate all your well wishes, all the great things that you do for the podcast, and all of your scores tonight. Thanks so much for all you do for the podcast. Up the Villa. Hopefully they'll win tonight, and we'll see you soon.
Up the Villa.